Houston rising for a man who's spent a lifetime rising above everyone else. The one, the only, Cristiano Ronaldo.
What a remarkable moment to witness here. He gives the fans what they want, but he comes off crossing and finishing. And that's what he needs. He's back in the game now. It's a huge albatross off his neck. The watch is moving in and around the penalty spot, gets in between a defender. They're caught ball watching, dips his left shoulder, swivels this in. Spectacular goal. Huge World Cup moment here for all of us in this stadium to witness.
He always finds a way to answer the critics, doesn't he?
You can't bet against them.
The roll call of the great had already begun. Messi, Mbappe, Haaland, Kane. But there was one name missing. And Cristiano Ronaldo has now arrived at this World Cup.
The technique to dip his left shoulder and just swivel that. Incredible.
And the bulk of this crowd have got what they came to see.
Ronaldo becomes the second oldest goal scorer in the World Cup. He's almost there.
Roger Miller of Cameroon still holding that record, though, as being the oldest from '94. Who can forget his samba dance by the corner flag? That is burned onto my brain.
So it's important for Ronaldo personally to get this goal and get off and running in this World Cup. It's important for Portugal. And then from the tactical standpoint now, at some point, and I don't know when that'll be, and it probably won't be too early, I wouldn't think, but Uzbekistan is going to have to come out a little bit and play, which will lead to more space that could be utilized by Portugal.
Vitinha, Paris Saint-Germain. Felix seeking out Fernandez, cushioned nicely into Mendes. It's a good block from Husanov.
Mendes is so elite, an elite dribbler, a guy that just can get up and down. Loved by Luis Enrique at PSG.
It's a little bit of skill from Felix, but he was caught late.
Well, he paid the price for those tricks and flicks. But it's a good set piece here in a good area. And let's see what Portugal has. It's real late, comes right through with his knee. Not even intending really to play the ball. It's just a message sender there.
He's walking away from that one very gingerly.
That was Karamov of Uzbekistan.
Free kick here for Portugal. Three players outside the box.
A lot of space at that near post as well.
Mendes clips it over, armed away by the goalkeeper, Cancelo. That was travelling. Shukrov behind it. Mendes. Fernandez is quickly challenged by Karimov. And who actually went close to scoring one of the goals of the tournament in the last game, a long-range strike that clattered the Colombian bar late on.
And they were within striking distance in that game at 2-1. That third goal came late for Colombia. It was not as though they weren't in that game.
Felix, who's just come off a fabulous season with Al Nassr, 20 goals, 13 assists in his debut season with them, named Player of the Year. Really has rejuvenated his career. It's his move there.
Yeah, had some struggles at Lan and other places. Highly talented.
Tinha. Some space here for Cancelo. Ruben Diaz. Now Uzbekistan have it. Faizalayev. We've seen very much of the future of Uzbekistani football.
He's quick, he's lively, he's a playmaker. The amount of opportunities he's going to have to playmake today may be limited. So he's going to really have to have moments in this game where he can either carve out an opportunity for others or Moradov on his way in transition.
Neto. João Neves. Moradov trying to put Ruben Diaz under pressure, but the Manchester City man was unflappable. Renato Vega of Villarreal.
Shomurodov has a really lonely job up there as a lone striker today.
That's really well won back. Much amount of it was. And Diogo Costa comes rushing out to deal with that.
A better ball and Shomurodov would have been in there. I mean, that is a moment you have to circle and say, you're not going to get many of these, and you're going to have to execute. He was wide open central.
It's a good ball for Bruno Fernandes. Sweeps it over. It's over the top of João Felix. Dropped on here by Neto, who goes over. And this is only just outside the area. And the yellow card is out too.
Uzbekistan is cradling a little bit here under the pressure. And you'll see that's just outside the box, but it's basically a professional foul. You're going to take one for the team here, and Amrabatov does that. Now he's going to have to play with a yellow the rest of the game in a very important role as a holding midfielder.
He was the only player for Uzbekistan to start all 16 of their World Cup qualifiers. Now a player who has to tread carefully throughout the rest of the game. Well, do you think it will be a certain number 7 on this?
I was just about to say the same thing. You can see Ronaldo measuring this.
There have only been 2 direct free kicks scored so far at this World Cup. We know that Ronaldo is more than capable, and as the crowd see him stride back, a roar goes up.
Portugal's trying to hide the ball a little bit there with that mini wall they're putting in front of Uzbekistan. That's in hopes of hitting it in and around that area and giving less reaction time to
word. 3 in red that are stood in front of that Uzbekistan wall. Spring down there, and Ronaldo being forced to wait and wait and wait.
You have to believe this is Ronaldo, but it might even actually favor Nuno Mendes as lining up his left foot.
Yeah, you might be right.
About Ronaldo taking it or Nuno Mendes?
Going Ronaldo. But it's Mendes! And he drills it in! Portugal score again. Portugal are firmly awake at this World Cup. They have carried the weight of that opening draw. The questions, the frustration, the feeling that their World Cup had yet to truly begin. Well, it begins now.
And you see here that three-man wall moves. Ronaldo's the decoy. Everybody's attention is focused on him, but I always thought this favored a left-footed player. Didn't know if Ronaldo would give that up to Nuno Mendes. Well, he did. And if you don't think he's a team player, well, he is a team player in this moment. Well, there's no question about it. And you see here that three-man wall moves. Ronaldo's the decoy. Everybody's attention is focused on him, but I always thought this favored.
That's why you're the expert, Glenn. I said Ronaldo, and hey, what do I know?
Just looks so enticing for a left-handed player. That's pretty obvious.
But having got one, I just thought maybe Ronaldo would fancy his chances soon after, but it's exactly what Portugal require. Uzbekistan now looking to muster a response. Fazalayev getting in there to steal it. Shomurodov, the door's open for them, and it's struck straight at Costa from the boot of Nazralayev.
This is a big mountain to climb now for Uzbekistan. But that from Cancelo, just lighting up the crowd. Big space out wide.
They're really in the groove, aren't they? Ball down the line from Fernandes, kept away from Pedro Neto.
Yeah, 2 inside 19 minutes is big.
Opens up again for Uzbekistan. So the pass could not be found to Shomurodov. Nazralayev again on the charge. He is a player that likes to drive away on that left-hand side.
Now with these 2 early goals, it's a big mountain for Fabio Cannavaro and Uzbekistan to climb. I do think this game's going to get stretched out, and that's ultimately going to favor Portugal, unless Uzbekistan could pick off the game's next goal.
Fernandes. Challenge. Mendes looking for a way around Karimov and taken down. And I'm sure this is something that Fabio Cannavaro warned his players against, giving cheap free kicks away in and around the penalty area.
The gap of talent, to be fair, is big, and the only way you can narrow that gap of talent is through effort, commitment, and good defensive structure. And the unfortunate thing for Uzbekistan, they've given up 2 early goals here, which really changes the tactical complexion of this. This is not how Fabio Cannavaro wanted this to start by any means. And you're doing it against a team that's one of the best possession teams in the world.
Mendes playing it down the line for Mendes. Uzbekistan just about managing to hold firm. So they'll face more pressure here with João Felix, who's challenged by Fazalayev. Neatly done again, Felix, and Nuno Mendes to pounce. Cancelo. Vitinha. And so to give Nazralayev the slip, and he has done. He's put too much air on the cross. And Karimov had his pocket picked. Fernandes. Portugal not giving Uzbekistan a moment's peace here. Fernandes sent sprawling. There's another Portugal free kick.
Yeah, these are just blurry red jerseys that are in the eyes of Uzbekistan right now. The movement and mobility, the ability on the ball, it's just too much for them. And this is why they're having to concede free kicks.
Portugal have already had more shots on target today than in the opening match against DR Congo. Too difficult though to top that, bearing in mind they had just one shot on target in their first match.
Still amazes me to hear you say that.
75% possession they had in that game too. Fernandez with the free kick. And Uzbekistan get away with one, but now Shomurodov looking to take them upfield. He's got his team a free kick that at least takes some of the pressure off, but we hydration break here, with Portugal leading by 2-0.
Yeah, it's a professional foul. He was hoping he could have laid that off.
Extra fizz. Extra fizz. Stronger Pepsi.
जब गेम की टेंशन से बता पहुंचे ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा मेक लाइफ डिलीशियस एक्टिव लाइफ के साथ दिन रात KNN's डिलाइट
Firmly in command.
This gets in between two center backs here. But this
जब गेम की टेंशन सर तक आ पहुंचे ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा मेक लाइफ डिलीशियस
Care Men's Shampoo. Design खास मेंस स्कैल्प्स के लिए. Soon, Pakistan's #1 soap.
Introducing Piper's Gold. Thoughtfully yours.
To resume. It's Pepe, one of the greatest defenders of this generation. The 2016 European Championship with Portugal.
still looks fit. Looks like he could play.
Let's get a combination going down this right-hand side as Uzbekistan. Paramount took a bit of a hit there.
Renato Vega coming out of the middle. Bit of the foul.
This is Rustam Ashurmatov, plays for Astagal in Iran, the Persian Gulf Pro League. But it is a squad made up largely of domestic-based players. Ruben Diaz flattened it away for Portugal.
Couple play in the UAE, but you're right, it's their own domestic league, which if you know, their national team is going to want to improve in the future. They're going to want to obviously continue to try and upgrade and move forward their domestic league.
And they are serious about their football. Uzbekistan as well. Invested heavily in building state-of-the-art youth facility, and they are seeing the benefits as well. Over the last 15 years, they've reached the quarter-finals of the Under-17 World Cup twice. They reached the round of 16 at last year's Under-20 World Cup. 55,000-seater stadium being built as well in Tashkent, ready for the hosting of the Under-20 Men's World Cup next year. Karimov. Jukrov. Nasralayev, who is known for his crossing ability, that's not bad. Seen off by Nuno Mendes.
It's the best sequence of possession and confidence through passing we have seen so far from Uzbekistan. That's got to be a foul.
It is indeed a free kick to Uzbekistan. And this in many ways is almost a repeat of what we saw against DR Congo. Portugal on top, hydration break, DR Congo. And Uzbekistan for the first time just seem as though they're beginning to get a foothold. That being said though, it's gone loose. Hamrabekov had to slide in to ensure his team maintained possession. Shomorodov sliding in, Batinia quick and nimble and able to intervene for Portugal. And Cancelo being pressed and pressed aggressively, and a wonderful goal! Goodness me, what a hit! As is John Janyev! With one of the goals of the tournament so far. The White Wolves bite back in Houston.
Absolutely eye-popping goal. It is hit with no regard for humanity. This thing absolutely flies off of the right foot of Janyev. Now they're trying to say that this was a foul on Cancelo, but this is just laser-like. What a hit. And that's just a blurry orb going past Diogo Costa, one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. And what a moment for Uzbekistan.
But it is being checked and the referee is being summoned to the screen. And they're looking at this, Mazalayev on Cancelo.
I mean, look, he misses the ball, strikes him across the shin. We've seen this call. But it happened so quickly, and the ball fell right to Janyev, and he had lashed it into the back of the net.
After review, the attacker number 22 didn't play the ball and committed a foul. Final decision.
Uzbekistan see a golden moment taken away, and we've seen what would have been one of the goals of the tournament taken away. A real shame, because that was such a hit, but this is why it's been chalked up.
Yeah, it's over the top of the ball. He misses the ball. Yeah, that's the first thing. So it's pretty obvious. It's kind of a shame, because the goal, as you mentioned, Paul, just is a spectacular hit, just an example of pure power from long range. And that would have been mission accomplished to get the game's next goal with a 2-0 scoreline for Fabio Cannavaro and Uzbekistan. Can't argue with the decision.
No, that's what it's there for. The technology. They arrived at the right decision. It remains Portugal 2, Uzbekistan 0. They've shown that they can get at this Portuguese side, and they've really stepped onto them since that hydration break. So pretty clear then that Fabio Cannavaro encouraged them to do that. They play much higher up the pitch, and they are getting some joy from it.
Yeah, and the scoreline forces them to do that as well. And look, you can sit back and defend deeper and try and keep it at 2-0. Depending upon when you wanted to make it to press and try and get to goal more. I like the fact that he's doing it early. Now, it could lead to a ton of goals here today as well.
Well, there's something about this city in particular, this venue, this stadium. We have not wanted for entertainment, Glenn, have we, in the matches that we've had? We've been very, very lucky here.
Oh, yeah, it's been exceptional. The crowd, the supporters, the connection, everybody in here loves football. It just really has been something, a really special moments that have been occurring here.
Free kick for Uzbekistan. Janiev will float it indeed. And coming round the back was Hamrabekov, who was flying into the advertising boards. It comes to no harm as far as Portugal are concerned.
Yeah, this is a look back at No Mendes. And, you know, who would have thought that Ronaldo was going to be the decoy on that set piece? But from where we were sitting, you could tell this favored a left-footed player. Now, the question really was, would Ronaldo let him take it? And I think most everybody thought Ronaldo would have taken that free kick.